Our farm is called Footprint Farm. It's very small. We grow on about 1.5 acres outside, and we have about a 1/4 acre inside in high tunnels. We sell primarily to a CSA with about 80 members most of the year. We also go to the Shelburne Farmers Market and sell to a number of local restaurants and caterers. This behind me is our greens washing line. A greens washing line is where we wash mostly triple washed greens, which are things like salad mix, arugula. We do something called a zesty mix. It is somewhere where we come in through that big door behind me. That's where all of our dirty produce comes in. And then it goes through each bin of clean water, gets drained in the orange baskets, goes into the spinner here, and then gets packed for delivery. Something that's really important for us as a business is to have a product that's very high quality and that lasts longer in the refrigerator than something that somebody could get from the grocery store. A big piece to that is having really clean, really dry leaves once it goes into storage. So we used to use this hand crank restaurant style spinner, and it takes a long time, it's exhausting, and we just couldn't get through very many greens at a time. So we upgraded to a washing machine spinner so that we could set it and forget it, let it spin dry. We were getting super clean, super dry greens that we've gotten up to a month of storage life in the refrigerator.
A washing machine?
Yeah, we are a small farm, so we don't have the space or the resources to get the machines that the bigger farms use. So there are a lot of really great resources for farm hack machinery that we can use on our scale. So what people will do is they'll get a used or more and more new washing machines. They deconstruct it, take away the pieces that don't make sense, and put a switch timer on it so that you can put the greens inside and put it on the spin cycle. So we're not doing the agitate cycle, and you get a really nice dry product. The Maytag was great for a while. It's very loud, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but when you're in here washing greens hour after hour, and you get to the point where you need to wear noise-canceling headphones, it makes it less enjoyable.
How have you worked with UVM Extension on this project?
As we got to talking, Andy said, well, what if I was working on a washing machine conversion project? Would you be willing to test it? And we, at the time, were having a huge issue with our current spinner, and we said, yeah, obviously, we'd love to try it, and here we are.
Washing machine spinners are very common on the small farm, and it's really important because it fits the good in-between size of spinners, from the hand crank models to the industrial commercial spinners, which run multiple thousands of dollars. So this kind of fits in between there. It's not designed for produce, obviously, and there are a lot of extra parts you don't need. You don't need the agitator in there. You don't need all the fancy electronics. You don't even really need the housing on the outside on some models, and then taking that off allows airflow, so it's easier to clean and easier to dry out. A conversion with a timer and maybe a couple added bumpers, including buying a basket. The timers are like $30, the baskets are like $30. And then the rubber bumpers on the other model are like $15 or $20. So really it's between $50 and $100 for a conversion. $400 or $500 for a Maytag, and it gets up $900 to $1,000 for a Speed Queen.
The nice thing about the Speed Queen is that it's extremely quiet. You can have a normal conversation while it's running. So we can have 4 people in here doing lots of different things while the greens line is running, and it doesn't interrupt our workflow. It was like upgrading from a VW Volkswagen Bug with 3 wheels to a Corvette overnight. It was just completely different. UVM Extension is working on issues that are really important for small farms. I have friends who farm in other states, and none of them have the experience with their extension agents that we do. We can email UVM Extension at any time and get a response back relatively quickly with a whole list of resources, tons of links to other resources that they've collected. Or if they don't know, they'll look into it oftentimes if it seems like it's something that would help others.